Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the hottest topics shaking the world. Today, tensions are at an all-time high in the Middle East, and we're here to break down the alarming events that could lead to a possible World War III. But before we jump in, remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all things global. Now, let's get into it. Is the world on the brink of another global conflict? Stick with us as we explore the recent incidents that have set the Middle East on fire, leaving us to question, is World War III imminent? The fallout from Gaza. In the aftermath of the Hamas attack on Israel, the echoes of war are rippling through the Middle East. Recent events, including the killing of senior Hamas official Khalid al-Awari in Beirut, stepped-up attacks by Houthis on ships in the Red Sea, Islamic State bombings in Iran, and the killing of an Iran-backed militia leader in Iraq, have cast a shadow of uncertainty over the region. These developments paint a stark picture of an area on the verge of a broader conflict, potentially engulfing neighboring countries in chaos. Lebanon, in particular, finds itself caught in the crossfire as tensions between Israel and Hezbollah escalate. The assassination of al-Awari in Beirut's Hezbollah-controlled southern suburbs drew Lebanon into the conflict for the first time since the outbreak of hostilities. Despite fears of a widening escalation, Hezbollah has shown a reluctance to engage in full-scale war with Israel. However, the situation remains precarious, with Israeli officials expressing mounting frustrations and demanding actions to secure their northern border. The conflict in Gaza has already claimed numerous lives and displaced thousands of civilians on both sides of the border. In Israel, casualties include both civilians and military personnel, while in Lebanon, the toll continues to rise as border skirmishes persist. With concerns lingering over the possibility of a more significant conflict, diplomatic efforts are underway to prevent further escalation and restore regional stability. Yet, the specter of war looms large, raising critical questions about the future of the Middle East and its implications for global security. Flashpoints for a larger war. As tensions continue to escalate in the Middle East, multiple flashpoints have emerged, each presenting a potential trigger for a wider conflict. One such flashpoint is the Red Sea, where Houthi rebels, backed by Iran, have launched numerous missile and drone strikes at commercial ships. Despite international efforts to deter these attacks, including threats of military action, the Houthis have persisted, further destabilizing the region and disrupting global trade routes. Iraq has also become a battleground for escalating tensions, with U.S. military forces targeting Iranian-backed militia groups responsible for attacks against American personnel. The recent drone strike in Baghdad, which killed the leader of Haraka al-Mujahideen, underscores the volatile situation in the country. Meanwhile, Syria has witnessed intensified hostilities between Israel and Iranian-backed forces, with Israeli airstrikes targeting regime and Iran-related targets and retaliatory attacks threatening to escalate the conflict further. The persistent threat from terrorist groups, mainly ISIS, adds another layer of complexity to the region's security landscape. The recent ISIS-claimed attack in Iran serves as a potent reminder of the ongoing instability and the potential for non-state actors to exploit vulnerabilities. As tensions mount across multiple fronts, the risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation looms, heightening fears of a broader regional conflagration with far-reaching consequences. Iran and Pakistan. Iran's recent attacks on alleged militant bases in Pakistan have sparked a fresh wave of tension in the already volatile Middle East landscape. The strikes, targeting bases of the Sunni militant group Jaish al-Adl, have raised eyebrows and concerns in Pakistan, mainly as they resulted in the tragic death of 2 children and injuries to 3 others. Described by Pakistan as an unprovoked violation of its airspace, the attacks have strained relations between the 2 neighboring countries, both of which have long maintained a wary eye on each other. These attacks come amidst a backdrop of escalating tensions in the region, fueled in part by Israel's conflict with Hamas in the Gaza Strip. with confusion surrounding the Iranian strikes and subsequent disappearance of state media reports. The situation has only added to the uncertainty and apprehension gripping the region. Iran's actions in Pakistan follow closely on the heels of strikes in Iraq and Syria, demonstrating Tehran's willingness to respond forcefully to perceived threats and provocations. Iran's targeting of Jaish al-Adl, a group primarily operating in Pakistan's Baluchistan province, marks a significant escalation in Iran's efforts to combat militant activity along its borders. While Iran has previously engaged in border skirmishes with militants, the use of missiles and drones to strike deep into Pakistani territory represents a departure from past tactics. Pakistan, for its part, has condemned the attacks as a violation of its sovereignty and warned of potential consequences for bilateral relations. The timing of these attacks coincides with Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian's meeting with Pakistani Prime Minister Anwar al-Haq Kakar, underscoring the complexities of regional dynamics and diplomatic relations. As both countries navigate the fallout from these strikes, the broader implications for regional stability and security remain uncertain, with Pakistan recalling its ambassador from Tehran and Iraq. Denouncing the attacks as a violation of sovereignty, the situation risks further escalation. It underscores the urgent need for dialogue and de-escalation efforts in the region. U.S. efforts to prevent escalation. Amidst escalating tensions in the Middle East, the United States has been actively engaged in efforts to prevent further escalation and maintain regional stability. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, U.S. policymakers have pursued a multifaceted approach, leveraging both high-level diplomacy and military engagement to address the root causes of conflict and promote peace. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's recent diplomatic mission to the region underscores the United States' commitment to de-escalation and conflict resolution. During his several-day trip, Blinken focused on increasing humanitarian aid to Gaza, minimizing civilian casualties, and addressing the ongoing hostage crisis. These diplomatic efforts are crucial in building trust and fostering dialogue among stakeholders, laying the groundwork for sustainable peace and stability. In addition to diplomatic initiatives, the United States has intensified its military engagement to deter further aggression and protect vital regional interests. Operation Prosperity Guardian, a multinational effort to safeguard commercial shipping in the Red Sea, highlights the U.S. commitment to ensuring freedom of navigation and upholding international maritime law. By bolstering security measures and coordinating with allied nations, the United States aims to mitigate the risk of further disruptions to global trade and commerce. Furthermore, U.S. Special Envoy Amos Hochstein's intensified efforts in Lebanon and Israel demonstrate a proactive approach to addressing regional tensions and advancing conflict resolution. Hochstein's diplomatic outreach aims to diffuse cross-border tensions and pave the way for negotiations to resolve long-standing disputes. Despite the complex geopolitical dynamics at play, the United States remains steadfast in its commitment to promoting stability and preventing the spillover of the Gaza conflict into a broader regional conflagration. And there you have it, folks. The world is watching as tensions rise in the Middle East. Will diplomacy prevail, or are we facing a more significant conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.